Folks, this is Gregory Robinson, author of Time Machine, and this is our Wisdom Wednesday. We're talking this week about a concept that I first heard of from Jim Rohn a while back, and it's the rule of 70-30, and it has to do with your budget or your finances. And today I wanted to concentrate on the 70, and on Friday we'll talk about the 30. But the 70 is all about the budget. You have to make a plan and you have to stick to it. You strip away all the extras. So in order for you to become successful financially, this is a great little place to start and to kind of get your finances corrected. And what you're going to do, or the basic concept, is that this 70%, you never spend more than 70 cents of every dollar you earn. So basically you're taking 70% of your bring home pay, and you're actually making a plan to where you can live on this. And you have to examine in your life what's need and what is want. You know, needs are water, air, food, and shelter. And quite honestly, air is free, given to us by the good Lord. So there's really only water, food, and shelter for you to worry about as far as in your needs column. Everything else makes up wants. So, you know, when you're really trying to get yourself down to this, being able to live off of 70% of your income, that is the breaking point, or that's the key idea right there. The key or the secret to this is identifying what are wants in your life and what are needs. I went through a section of time several years ago where I had a lot of debt to pay off and had some other things going on, but I got rid of all the unnecessary utilities, and this is one of the first things, the biggest things, to get yourself down to where you can actually live on that 70%. So some things that I did was I got rid of the cable, got rid of the internet, got rid of trash pickup, got rid of the gym membership. Quite honestly, I just started taking the trash to the dump myself, working out there at home, whether it be riding my bike or just simple, you know, push-ups, pull-ups, weighted, you know, body weight type exercises. But I got rid of a lot of these things, these extras that were monthly bills that were quite honestly making it so that I couldn't pay my bills with the 70%. And you've got to be conscious of your necessary utilities, you know, lights, water, HVAC. Those things you've got to have those things. And that falls under your shelter, okay? So even though it's not an actual structure that is literally your shelter, these things go into making the home. So, you know, you got to look at unnecessary extras. You know, going out to eat, your grocery budget is a great place to slice a lot of things. You can quite honestly move over to the store brands on a lot of items that you buy at the store and save a good bit of money. If you're conscious of BOGOs, you know, buy one get ones, or coupons, this is another great way to really trim that grocery budget every week. Again, this is one of our needs. This is food. This is something we got to have. Another item is water. You know, we've got to have water for our bodies, but you're already paying for water to come into your home. So quite honestly, cut out the sodas, the coffee, everything else, and move it down to water only. Your cell phone plan is another great place. Look at it. Do you really need that unlimited plan that's so expensive? Read for your entertainment and your education. Look for a side hustle, you know, a night job, a paper route, Uber driving. There's just a lot of things you can do to try and really trim down your budget and actually start living this 70% of the 70-30 rule. You got to realize that this is temporary. You know, some of these things will be available when you get back on top of your finances. This is not a forever thing. This is something that it's a time and a period in your life where you have to buckle down, and then at some point when you've gotten back on top, some of these things can come back to you. Some you're going to realize that you don't even miss. You know, it's a tough to part with some of our creature comforts, but necessary to move forward in creating wealth. Les Brown once said, you must be willing to do the things that others won't to have the things that others don't. Take this to heart. When it starts to bother you that others are having fun while you're being responsible, keep your eye on the prize. Know that you're building a better life for yourself in the future. Those moments are growing pains. Realize that you're evolving, and that these pains now create huge dividends later. The basic idea behind this is make a plan, stick to it. Again, just like we talked about last week, you have to evaluate and revise your plan, but stick to the plan. Okay? When I played football in high school, we had a great coach, Dale Evans, that on the first day, he handed each and every one of his players a laminated card which had a poem on it called Stick to the Task. And I wanted to kind of end today with that poem. Stick to the task till it sticks to you. Beginners are many, but enders are few. Honor, power, place, and praise will always come to the one who stays. Stick to your task till it sticks to you. Bend at it, sweat at it, smile at it too. For out of the bend and the sweat and the smile will come life's victories after a while. That has been something, I carried that laminated card with me for a good portion of my life. I've taken it out and read it, and it really does speak to sticking out through the tough times and enjoying the fruits later on of the tough stuff that you're going through right now. So really take some time this week to think about this 70%. How can you get to that point? Because I'm going to tell you, that's where true wealth lies. When we discuss the 30%, what you're supposed to do with the rest of it, it's going to start to make sense. But this is the first step. This is something you have to get on top of. This has been our Wisdom Wednesday, and I hope you guys join us for our Fast Five on Friday. Hope you have a great day, and I hope the good Lord blesses you today.